Yu-Gi-Oh! Is arguably one of the hardest trading card games to get into. With a huge variety of cards available, it can be confusing to new players as to where they should start and what they should buy. Competitive duelists can use online resources, such as eBay, to their advantage to buy the cards they need to build the decks they want. But sometimes it's just more fun to open packs yourself, especially when the stars align and you get that one card you've been searching for to complete your deck, or that one big money competitive card that everybody is after. Inspired by the likes of Nim Nim, Rev's cards, and Oh That's Spicy, join me as I start my own sealed only adventure.
Week number 5 of the Sealed Only Challenge. We're going to be downsizing for this episode, mainly because I wanted to get the legendary dragon decks, but that is quite expensive. It's like 40 quid. So I thought I'd downsize in this video just so we can open that in the next video. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for it to arrive. So I've got some spare packs, so we're just going to open those. So in this episode, we've got 5 packs of Breakers of Shadow. They're £1.75 each. So the total for this week was £8.75. As I said, bit of a downsize for this week, as we are hoping to open that more expensive product next week. So let's get straight into this. Obviously still looking for the Cyber Dragon Infinity. Jizakuru would also be really nice. Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. An Ultra Quaking Mirror Force. That's pretty cool. So yeah, what else are we looking for? Jizakuru, Cyber Dragon Infinity, I believe Twin Twisters in here, which would be really nice. Cyber Dragon Rampage is in the Legendary Dragons deck, but that would still be a really nice upgrade for now, considering it is a super in this set and a common in the Legendary Dragon decks. One Ultra so far, that's pretty hype though. Quite happy about that. You may even see some play in our deck. Toon Buster Blader, that's a pretty cool card to pull. Might have some value to it. Another Ultra, really? Okay, that's pretty hype. That was an interesting, I think we played against the Insect deck, which used this week 1, or our very first episode, or second episode. Really annoying card considering we only had Cyber Twin and the Nova in our deck at that time. Last 2 packs. Can we also pull a secret? That'd be really cool. Even if it is one of the other secrets. Another Dragon Buster Destruction Sword there. What we got? It is Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. I think we've pulled all the smaller whelps now from Bosch, as this whole set is known as. Last pack of Destiny. Can we actually open the Infinity or some sort of secret? Let's go. We definitely got all 3 of those whelps in this opening anyway. Oh, Ultimate Providence secret. God damn. We did get a secret, wow. Not the one we wanted. Oh, and a Forbidden Apocryphy. That's also a pretty decent card. Wow, so not too bad of pulls. You know what? Screw it. I've got an extra pack here, so we're going for... Oh, what's the total of that? Brings us up to now. I think that'd probably be £10.50. I'll probably put it on the screen what the actual total is. So yeah, last pack. I do have to keep some packs just in case we do go flawless this week. It is an effect monster. Dino Mr. Rex. Oh well, I was really hoping for the Jizakuru at least there. No problem though. We got 2 Ultras and a Secret. I don't think I can really complain about that. It's not the cards we wanted, but still not bad. Not bad. So no real changes to the deck this week, unfortunately. May throw in the Quaking Mirror Force. If I do, you'll see a deck profile on that. May even include the Forbidden Apocryphy. Yeah.
As I did explain earlier in the video, I did spend £10.50 this week on the Bosch packs. the reason for this is because I was saving money for next week when we open the Legendary Dragon decks. The total cost for that was £39.90. I've gone back through all the videos just to see how much I have spent and how much I had saved, and I worked out that after this week of the Bosch packs we actually have £23.85 that we haven't spent so far. So I'm carrying that of course onto next week, which would bring our total to £53.85. Now, with the Legendary Dragon decks costing £39.90, it is going to bring us down to £13.95 that we can spend next week. So with that in mind, next week I have planned to open 2 Cybernetic Horizon Special Editions. But I just wanted to give you guys an update as to what we're going to be opening next week and why we're only opening so few packs this week. By week 10, I do plan to tally up everything that we've pulled from all these packs in our deck currently, see how much we have potentially made so far in this series compared to what we've actually spent. That'll be quite interesting to see that, so really looking forward to that 10 week. Also kind of not, just because of how much I've actually spent on this. So there was one change that we have made to the deck this week. We didn't pull anything too great from the packs, unfortunately. However, the change we did need to make was the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. We had to take this out because we found out last week that we can't actually equip it to any of our monsters with Union Carrier, because Union Carrier states that you need to target a monster you control and equip one with the same type or attribute. We play a lot of machine monsters. Dragon Buster Destruction Sword is a dark dragon, yada yada yada. So what we've actually done is tech in the Cerevis. We can discard this card to negate the activation of an opponent's card that targets one of our monsters. I also have an idea, or perhaps an idea with this card, with Call of the Haunted. Once we use our Cerevis effect, we could potentially bring it back with Call of the Haunted, just because Cerevis doesn't actually state that it needs to be ritual summoned first. And if we can bring it back, then what we can do, we can bounce it or add it back to our hand from the field to negate a special summon of our opponent's monsters. This means we can actually use the effect to discard again if our opponent targets any of our monsters. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys an update to the deck profile this week. Let's get into some duels. So this week we have 5 matches with friends from locals in a round robin tournament. There are no prizes in these tournaments, however it's still a great way for me to get some experience with the deck, and of course we still have our own reward system in case we do go flawless. So this first match is against Plunder Patrol. Really interesting deck, got a lot of great support from Eternity Code, and the main strategy for this deck is to summon Plunder Patrol extra deck monsters based on the attributes of monsters your opponent controls. And Plunder Patrol also have some really great cards that can manipulate the attributes of monsters your opponent controls, such as the Plunder Patrol Booty being able to change the attribute of a monster. As you can see, the field spell is really strong, being able to boost all Plunder Patrol monsters by 500 attack based on the number of face-up Plunder Patrol spell and trap cards on the field. It can also discard 1 card to add 1 Plunder Patrol card from the deck, and this has some great synergy with the danger monsters that my opponent controls. Something also to mention, the main deck Plunder Patrol monsters can equip themselves to the extra deck ships to gain extra effects on the ships themselves. So a quick rundown on the effects of those. The Synchro can banish spell and trap cards, and also search a monster if it has an equipped Plunder Patrol card. The Xyz can banish monsters and protect by detaching one of the Xyz materials, and add a spell or trap if a Plunder Patrol monster is equipped. And the Fusion can negate a monster effect, then add a Plunder Patrol card if a Plunder Patrol monster is equipped. So all really strong effects. As you can see there, the Plunder Patrol booty trap manipulating my monster's attributes. And of course the fusion there, negating and destroying my Union carrier. So my opponent did try to DD Crow my Cyber Dragon Via, however I banished it off the overflow just to ensure I destroyed something on the field, and was still able to use Repair Plant to add the Cyber Eltonin from hand to clear his board. Really love Eltonin, really strong board clearer. Of course, the main deck monsters for the Plunder Patrol has a lot of graveyard effects. He's got a lot of Plunder Patrol face-up spell or traps as well, which are boosting his monsters stupidly, and he's able to take that match. Match number 2 is against True King Dinos. Of course, they got the new Argosaurus the Jeweled Beast, which helps him add the double evolution pill, which in turn lets them go into Ultimate Dr. Tyranno, or UCT as I'll be calling him in the rest of the video, which is just a great card for OTKing with. The other XCs that he has is of course on the right being Calamities, and the one on the left being able to detach the material to negate spell and trap cards.
Nobody teaches it, so no one knows it exists. The dreamers vanished in obscurity. I'm gonna change all that after War II. I dream every day.
I think adding Cyber Emergency off the core would have been better there, so I could have added Eltonin, because Repair Plant did get ashed. I could have then followed up with the Cyber Emergency just to add a Cyber Elton to wipe his board. So that's something good about rewatching these videos. I get to learn different combos and plays I should make that would have been more optimal. So I kind of wanted to suss out the Dino player here. I was going first and I put in the Dimensional Prisons to banish the UCT. Also something I really want to talk about is the Ravenous Crocodragon Synchro Monster that is on the left side of his board that gains 500 attack and defense for each card in the hand. Also, when it is Synchro Summoned, you can draw cards equal to the number of non-tuners used for Synchro Summon. It also has another effect to draw or discard 2 cards, target 1 card on the field and destroy it, so really strong Synchro Monster, almost probably stronger than Trishula. So game 3 here, we were playing against Adamancipator. Got really excited when I saw the 10E Spirit get summoned, however, just because of course that is my main deck currently, besides Cyber Dragons. Really love the artwork on the 10E cards as well. This is my first match against any Adamancipator online as well, so I had to read a few of their effects. Again, learned something here. I summoned the Cyber Dragon Core, which he chains the Needle Fiber to. What I should have done is use Evolution Burst before going into the Salamangre Almirage to attempt to pop the Synchro. He probably would have negated that anyway. So you can see Eltonin putting in work again, wiping his board. Block Dragon is so annoying, especially in this deck. You can definitely see it getting banned soon, because what he can do, he can add all the Adamancipator humans, the Analyzer Researcher, and I forget the other name. He can just add them to his hand from Block Dragon, making it super strong. Again, I can see that card getting banned for sure. Okay, you can see the Dragite using its effect. He, I believe, revealed or excavated 3 of the emancipated cards, so he's able to bounce my cards back to hand, leaving my board completely open, and rudely puts the egg monster in attack position. That's just bad manners. So game 1, that's a loss, unfortunately. Game 2, you can see he's got Solemn Judgment and Anti-Spell Fragrance in hand. Anti-Spell Fragrance being a really strong card in this game. So I believe he's just doing his standard Emancipator plays. Unfortunately, that effect does whiff. For him, that's unfortunate anyway. And as you can see, he's got the Clear Wing or Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which can negate a monster effect. I think what I should have done here is summon Core first. There is a likelihood that Crystal Wing would have negated the core effect and destroy it. However, if he didn't and allowed it to go off and let me add Repair Plant, I probably could have used the Evolution Burst to pop the Anti-Spell Fragrance. However, he probably would have shotgunned the Anti-Spell Fragrance after the core search, knowing I added Repair Plant, stopping me from going into anything further. And that is match 3. 3 losses in a row. It's quite unfortunate. It does get better. So again, we're against dinos here. This is a pure variant of dinos, however, and we are going first. I think the dino player opened kind of bricky as well with a miscellaneous Saurus. As you can see, I've got the Cybernetic Overflow to blow up both the Miscellaneous and the Lost World. Blowing up the Miscellaneous was a bad call, actually, in my opinion, just because he is able to plus off that. So that's one thing I have learnt. We were on Discord while we were having these duels, and my opponent did get worried, or was worried, that he left Link Karibo in Extra Monster Zone, as I could have gone into Mega Fleet. However, we haven't opened the Legendary Dragon decks yet. That's something we're going to be opening next week. I'm really excited to open that. As you can see, I use Infinite Impermanence on his UCT to negate its effect to destroy the Cyber Phoenix by its effect, meaning it would be destroyed by battle. And when it's destroyed by battle, of course, we get to draw 1 card. Really like Cyber Phoenix, in all honesty. It's not great effects in 2020 standards, but being able to plus, it's really good. So he didn't actually attack that turn. He thought that my Cyber Eltonin would have kept the 2000 attack and defense. However, because it was flipped, it does lose those attack and defense, making it a 0/0 monster. I guess I probably could have left it in defense position if he was that scared of it. So yeah, as you can see, he's already got enough monsters in hand for game. Goes into the Xyz monster to go for exact lethal. Game 2 here is a really quick game as well. I ended on the Nova, knowing I had, of course, the Cyber Dragon in hand to banish it to give it 4100 attack. This would have given it more attack than normal Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. However, you'll get to see he does summon the number 60 Xyz monster and detach 2 materials from that to give it double attack, making it 7000. So even if I did the Nova play to give itself plus 2100 attack, it would have still got run over by the Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. It's a mouthful, that card. I did say I was going to call it UCT, but so yeah, as you can see, I just get run over and we lost match 4 there. Match 5 here. As you can see, we are playing against Cosmo. This was my only victory, so that's good. At least I can say I won 1 game this week. I've also had multiple test games against this deck in the past, so I felt comfortable against this matchup. As you see here, I equipped the core from my deck to the Union card, so I got a follow-up play. And was able to go into Nova by special summoning Cyber Dragon, and then also summoning one back from the graveyard off Call of the Haunted. Was able to attack over his Destroyer. Had to use limiter removal here just to leave the Nova on field. I'm not too sure about that Cosmo Slip Rider play, just in case I did have evenly matched or imperm in hand. However, I still had the Godala Kaiju on my field. Cyber Eltonin being a great board wipe, my opponent being on 100 life points left. As you can see, he opens quite draws quite bricky. Unfortunately, I believe he was just trying to hope that I banished my monster. However, I kept the Eltonin and we were able to take game 1 there. Game 2 here, I definitely shot myself in the foot here by activating Cyber Network, banishing the Dry, making core undestructible by battle or card effects. So he was also able to plus off Farm Girl, because when Farm Girl does battle damage, she gets to add a Cosmos ship to hand. As you can see, he added the Dark Destroyer, destroyed itself, to summon the Dark Witch to do more battle damage, and then summon another Dark Destroyer. You can see me doing the fairly standard Union Carrier play to equip itself with core. And core would have actually gone to graveyard, which is great once I used Eltonin, meaning I had a follow-up play for next turn. I do go for the core, however it does get ashed unfortunately, so I have to play a bit more defensive right now. And special the Windjammer in defense position, and also the Phoenix, which does get destroyed by battle, which allows me to draw a card. Cyber Network, of course, on the third standby phase, summons all banished light machine monsters. So it's a great card, however you are unable to attack the turn it gets activated on. So you want to activate it on your opponent's turn by popping it with cards such as MST. And of course he's able to Nibiru my board. And of course the Nibiru token does gain attack and defense equal to the original attack and defense of monsters tributed. The original attack and defense of Eltonin is considered 0-0. If he summoned that in attack, he could have definitely swung for game that turn. Doesn't really matter. He's got the Cosmo Farm Girl and a Dark Destroyer I knew he had in hand, so I just summoned the Almirage back and let him swing with a Nibiru for game. So game 3 here, I have the Cyber Network set up to make our defense via indestructible by card effects and battle. He does open quite interestingly. He put the Sanctums in to get the Scythe. However, you bet you didn't expect a tribute summon for Cyber Dragon in 2020. Cyber Dragon via also gives all Cyber Dragon monsters plus 500 attack and defense. So Cyber Dragon was stronger than the Scythe, meaning I could have done damage. As you saw there, he did activate Reasoning as well, and I did call it right being level 3s. I knew he played Ash Blossom, and Strawman gets played at multiples in this deck as well, so I felt 3 was a really good call. One thing I do like about Cyber Network is being able to banish monsters to hopefully set up for some Link or Xyz plays. Unfortunately, I do a stupid and summon 2 Solar Windjammers. I can only control 1 Solar Windjammer, however. As you can see, he's got another Farm Girl, which he attacks into my Union car, meaning he is able to plus off of that. Going into a Dark Destroyer to pop the other Dark Destroyer to do a whole bunch of damage. He doesn't activate the Foe Tracer's effect here, however. I could have given him more life points, but it doesn't matter as Eltonin was able to win me that game. So that's week 5 over and done with. Definitely learning a lot about this deck now. This was a lot longer episode than I planned originally. It was going to be quite a short episode with just the pack openings. However, with recording all 5 matches, it did make it a really long episode. I think in future I may only show matches with some interesting interactions and just the results of those matches going forward, but we'll see. Next week, as I said, I did plan to open Legendary Dragon decks, which I'll still be doing. Really excited to open that. We'll finally get one of Cyber Dragon Infinity and some other really great cards like Overload Fusion and Cyber Rampage Dragon to make OTKing a lot easier. I've gone through our older episodes as well, just to have a look at what my current record is for wins and losses. And so far we actually have 7 wins, 8 losses and 0 draws. So we want to obviously get more wins. I think we'll be able to do that with the Legendary Dragon decks. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Also leave a comment on what you thought of the video or any suggestions that you have for my deck. Anyway, thanks again, see you next week.